Hello, my name is Haley and I'm doing the check-in one today. So starting off with the question number one, consider the sample work and give it a score. Explain your scoring choice. So it looks like they're evaluating the limit as x goes to a, square root of x minus square root of a all over x minus a. And looks like they said they factor as difference of squares and then reduced the fraction, simplified, and then subbed x equals a. Um, so yeah, let's see what I get. So I would plug in a into x to make sure that it is 0 over 0 so I can rewrite it. And looks like it will be because a minus a and then square root of a minus square root of a is 0 over 0. So then what I would have done is rewrote it by multiplying the top and bottom by, I forget what the name is called, it's not the reciprocal, but it's square root of x plus square root of a. So I'd multiply the top and bottom by that. And then it would cancel out the square roots on top. And you would just be left with x minus a on top. And then x minus a in parentheses multiplied. And then in parentheses square root of x plus square root of a. So then that would have given them the opportunity to cancel out x minus a on top and the x minus a on the bottom because it equals a big fat 1. So then it looks like they got to the same answer that I would have 1 divided by square root of x plus square root of a. But then it looks like they simplified, and I think this is where they got off the wrong track. I don't think you can just combine the square roots together like that, especially since they aren't the same underneath. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure they need to have the same base, which is inside of the square root. So then it looks like they got 1 over square root of 2a after they subbed in the x equals a. But I don't think that's right, so I think it should be 1 over 2 square root of a, because if you plug in the a for the square root of x, you get square root of a plus square root of a, so 2 square root of a. And I think that would be the limit right there. So I think I would give them a 3 substantial because they somewhat knew what they were doing, and they wrote out everything. They're very organized. They even use different color pens, which makes it easy to read. But they wrote out everything that they were doing, so I think that they somewhat understood what they were doing. I just got lost right in this one when they combined the fractions, so they did make some errors. It wasn't perfect, but there was a pretty big error. Like, that's, if I'm right, that's like, you can't do that. So yeah, but they explained their ideas, their math thinking, everything. They even said because the denominator will no longer be 0. So yeah, I'd give them a 3. Maybe that's too harsh, maybe that's not, I don't really know, but that's probably how I would have gotten graded, maybe even worse. So the next one, explain why the following equation cannot be guaranteed to have a solution. So if I'm correct, I don't really know how to graph this just like on the spot here within the 8 minutes, but this is a rational function with trig in it as well, so that means it will have issues with continuity when it is divised by 0, or it's what is it called? I guess this has allowed me looking at one thing of notes real quick. Yeah, division by 0. So rational functions and trig functions. There is issues when division by 0, and it will be continuous on its domain, but not on vertical asymptote. So I think that's why it cannot be guaranteed to have a solution. Without me actually graphing it and putting in the effort, that is my assumption right there. So, let's see. The last question is, given the graph of f prime of x, sketch the graph of y equals f of x, explain key features of y equals f of x. Okay, these are like my least favorite thing to do, but so it looks like it crosses right here, so that means that f of x had a 0 somewhere in this area on x equals -5 and 2.5. So right here, and then I'm not sure what this big line, this, ooh, but I know somewhere in here it equals 0. So there's a curve like this, or maybe it's like this. I don't know, but with f of x, the original function, there has to do with something right there. Oh, and then I guess there might have been a slope of -3 because it's down 3 on the y axis. So I think that means that there has something to do with the slope there. So, and then it looks like it goes -0, positive. So maybe it's gonna go something like, I don't know. So down 3 over 1. Or is it down 3 over 1? So that is a slope. It is. So maybe it's like this. Because I haven't seen something with this big of a 0 zone, so I'm a little confused on where this would be on f of x. But I have a feeling, since these both can still be zeros, that this is how it could be. This is f of x, I'm guessing, kind of. This is kind of a hard one. Also, I can't write with this, but yes, this is my Snowmaster check-in 1. It's kind of rocky. I feel like the first question, evaluate the limit, was my favorite one. This one was my least favorite, and this was my second favorite. You probably don't care about that, but yeah. Alright. Oh, I took up 9 minutes. Sorry, I went over 1 minute, but bye-bye.